Good morning. This is Pat Stouty, and just want to welcome everyone. We're here for the third week of 3 on looking at the Google Docs that have been introduced to help us have simple systems and maybe order in our business. But most importantly, for brand new coaches, I want to just encourage you, stay connected to your business coach. In the beginning, until you have 5 to 10 clients, I highly recommend your business coach. They will take you through the training steps, 4 to 6 health assessments in the first 7 to 14 days. This is the training that we all need to learn how to do the health assessments, how to respond. There's so many different questions. And I see some of us here that have been around for a long time. We used to go to the Monday night call. The doctor's support call was on Wednesday night. The client support call was on Wednesday night, because there we would hear answers, questions and answers, questions and answers. And they were not recorded then. So if you were there live, I know Dee and I learned a lot of answers just being on those calls. Well, that's what a brand new coach does in the beginning. You're there with your health coach and doing it's hands-on, sharing that health assessment, but listening for the questions, how we share, and then the questions that come back at you, and learning how to answer those questions to help the people that we know we can change their health. So I just want to encourage you all as we continue. Dee, anything you want to add to that, or anybody?
I want to add, it's really all about developing our confidence in what we have in our hands. So as Pat mentioned in the beginning, it's really very, very simple. Letting people know that you're a health coach, sharing your story very, very briefly, 30 seconds, 1 minute, maybe at the most, and then letting people respond, inviting them to a call to explore whether the program is a fit for them or whether the business might be a fit for them, and then doing that health assessment. Spending about 30 minutes. This does not have to be drawn out an hour on the phone or anything like that. 30 minutes, and then learning how to place the order if they're ready to go, and also helping them get started. Once their food arrives, there's a whole very simple process there, and then learning how to coach your new client and those new other new clients that you've signed on, learning how to coach them weekly. So if we've done in previous trainings those very, very simple explanations on how you do each of those steps. So if you go into the files section of Team Creating Health, and I'm happy to share it on the Team Wellness site as well. There are the trainings, how to do a health assessment. Although you're doing it one-on-one with your mentor, sometimes it helps to, watch the recording and gain some confidence that way. How to get your person started, how to coach them weekly. So all of those things are there, very, very simply explained. And so this training that Pat's been doing now the third week in a row is more advanced. It's meant to ultimately, give us some additional tools that will help us get organized, but don't get overwhelmed by this by any means. And especially people that are very part-time. You don't have to be a technology guru to be successful in this business. Certainly, Pat and I have been around for 11 years now, and we were not, technology savvy when we started. So
that's for sure. That's the beauty. We learn as we grow and go. So I'm going to do a quick review. I will share my screen here, and just a few slides. And again, where are these documents that are documents to help us stay organized and to have next steps? Basic, and that's what we're going to talk about. The third document is the business coach document. But where are all 3? Well, they're in a Facebook group called Best Practices. And if you're not in that group, all you have to do is ask. Anyone who's in the group and is friends of yours on Facebook can add you to that group. So I want to encourage all our business coaches. If you're working with a coach who wants, is ready for access, please add them. So you go into Best Practice. That's the name of the group. On the left is announcements. You click on that, and when you do, there are only 3 or 4 announcements, but one of them, September 22nd, Shauna Perry says all 3 documents are in the comment section. So right below the picture here, it says 8 comments. And if you click on those comments, then this is what will come up. You will find these 3 documents. The first one we reviewed was starting new clients. The second one was new Optavia coach. And the third one, which is the one we'll review today, is business coach. Now, in addition, on September 22nd, there was a training done on all 3 by the lady who, let's see if I can get this to move here. Here we go. Who created these documents. There is also in that same section, announcements. If you scroll down, Vicki Keedy has this post that has the recording of that training. Somebody's typing. If you want to maybe mute yourself, that would be great. If you're in the document and anywhere you click, I'm gonna go ahead and mute everybody. Hold on, I should have made you host. In fact, I'm gonna make you host. Whoops. If you find what you're seeing here, access denied, we ask that you do not click on those documents. Well, here we go. That we want you instead, because it goes to the wrong place. Go into the best practice, name the document that you're having challenges with. It's one of these 3, A, B, or C. Then name the document that you're having a challenge with, and they will work on it. Okay? Thank you. All righty. For some reason, I'm not moving here. Okay, here we go. All right, so how do you work with the docs? This is a question a lot of people have. These are Google Docs, and we all, there's a learning curve, but it's really, sometimes with new things. And some of you come to us with, experts here. So when the Google Doc opens, if you go to the word file, you see it here right under client contact, and you click on file, the word file, you get options. And one is to download. And you can download any document that you have open. You can download it as a Word document. Then it's on your computer and you can print it, or it just makes it often easier to work with, because the actual Google Docs are in view only, so that, thousands of us cannot make changes to them. That could be total chaos. So just wanted to share that with you. File, and then you'll see a download as, and you can download to really look at it. And then you can print. It downloads it as a Word document. You could save it. We do not encourage saving documents, in that these are live documents. If the creators go in and make changes, we want you always to have the most current. So that's why you go back to the live document. They make changes. You pull it up next time. You have all the latest, greatest improvements on it. Okay? So basically, going to go live to the documents now. I'm going to stop my share. I could have kept my share. Let me see where I'm at here. Okay, I'm just going into Facebook. Any questions or anything on that technology that we just went through? And we want this to be interactive.
I actually went in this past week, pulled up those 3 documents, and then bookmarked them. And they're, like you've trained, you trained last week. Once you have them in your bookmarks, it's so easy to pull them up, because they're right there. And also, when they're bookmarked, it is the latest version that you're getting. So you can see them right on your computer screen, which I find very helpful.
Right, and that's the bookmark. That's the difference between a bookmark and saving something to your computer. The bookmark is always the live document. versus versus a saved document. After you save it on your computer, then that's it. That's the latest, greatest. It's not going to change. So you'll see when Dee was talking about bookmarks, if you look at the top of mine here, here's the health coach. I have it highlighted. New Optavia Google Docs. That's the new Optavia coach. I have a few others, Google Docs. That's where your bookmarks, and we did a training on that. So if you need, go back. That was the very first one 2 weeks ago. So where are these documents? I'm in the best practices. You go to announcements on the left. Just clicked on it. So here's Shauna's announcements, all 3 documents. You just saw this. So if you click here, view all 8 documents, all comments, excuse me, view all 8 comments, here are the documents. So which one? We go into business coach today. And again, I will bookmark this one. See the book, I'm in Safari. Now it depends how you bookmark, depends on the browser you're using. But in Safari, it's very simple. You see upper right bookmarks, I can put add bookmark. It'll come up and give me business coach Google Docs, add to my favorites. So now this is bookmarked on my Safari browser, just that simple. So in these documents, again, just basic review for all of these, anything in red underlined is a video. So here under you see welcome to team building video. If you click there on this live document, a video will come up. And these are short videos, welcome to team building. It's, less than 4 minutes. You click and you can play the video, okay? So you go back, anything red underscored is a video. Anything blue is a document, okay? So I'm gonna click here to set up your business coach notebook. And these 3 documents have used different notebooks. And see, this is just a Word document. If I wanted to download it to print it just to have it, again, here's that file, download as, and I can download it as a Microsoft Word, just to print it to be able to see. Is there really a reason? Not always, not this, because it's telling me here, let me get out of there, that to set up my business coach notebook, and I did do a business coach notebook. It said the supplies we need, 3-ring binder and 3 divider tabs. And the tabs are where, you have a brand new coach, they go to, the first tab is health coach to senior coach. The second one is senior to ED. And then the 3rd tab is ED and beyond. So what do we need in this binder? Well, when we're working with new coaches, we need the materials listed here. So when you click, these are documents. So new Optavia coach, it says, okay, start, get ready. So as a sponsoring business coach, it sets up the steps that I need to help a brand new coach get going, okay? Again, the information is here. And it's just, you go through this at your own pace. This information is, I truly feel anybody who wants to grow an Optavia business, when you get to this point, this is when you are bringing on coaches. So you could be a manager. We hope, our model, the fastest growing model is our blended ED model, where you start bringing on clients, maybe that first 5 to 10 clients, and then maybe someone will become a coach, or you have a friend who wants to do this with you. So that's the blended path. So you could need this part as soon, early in your business. Some may not need it early in the business. Depends when do you bring on that new coach. So I'm getting out of this notebook setup. I'm going back to the business coach. It talks about the notebook. Then it gives you different things. And, as we share with prospective coaches, you may want to send them a Trilogy Zoom. If I have someone that's interested, a couple of things, I like sending the well-being evaluation for them to take it. Whether they've been a client, and especially if they haven't been a client, let's see, where are you in your own trilogy? This is someone looking at becoming a coach. And so the well-being evaluation, and then a trilogy. It's like send a trilogy. Becca Tinters is a little over 13 minutes. And there's these others. You send and share those if they can't find 5 minutes to do a well-being evaluation and a few minutes to watch a trilogy, that will help give them information. So when we do get on the phone to do a Coach Explore, they will have information. The information will give them enough to generate intelligent questions to ask, and then for us to continue sharing. Because I don't want these tools to, by any means, take away from the fact that we are a relationship business. We build relationships with our clients. We build relationships with our coaches and prospective coaches. But we have tools that can help us. And so we want to utilize the tools available, but don't let the tools overwhelm you or get you out of action. Because what do? We acquire and support clients. We sponsor and develop coaches. It's just that simple. After some prospective coach has ordered a kit, it gives you different steps, and you just follow these one by one by one. I just want to encourage you to take time to go through these processes. It's not rocket science. It's simplicity, and it's just providing information that can help us not have to create information. And we're using things that have worked very well for others who have been very, very successful. And then, of course, as you continue to, rank up, certification and bonuses are important. And so it kind of gives us a timing. Now, some people come in and they just, depending on what the goals of that prospective coach are, is how fast. And again, we set the course, they set the pace. So I just want to encourage you all with that. Any questions or anything? I think, unless we need, I'm going to stop my share just for a few minutes. Questions, comments, anybody have had, been working with it, had some?
Pat, I just want to point out too, if someone's a newer coach, or even if they've been around for, even years, but they're just now starting to build their team, don't feel that you need to, that you should know all this and have to do it alone. I do a lot of Business Explore Zooms with people that have been health coaches for 5 years, 8 years, 10 years. There's that power in third party, and having a third party with you, that third party credibility. There's that power of having 3 people on: the prospect, the prospective health coach, the person that's going to be their sponsor, and one of their business people. So I love doing Business Explore calls. Never hesitate and feel like you should be doing them alone because you've been around for so long. Lori and I have done some really dynamite Business Explorers together, for example. So a lot of power there. And even though we have all these amazing, steps in place, there's nothing like that human connection. So.
Oh, great point, Dee. I'm so glad you brought that up. I have one tomorrow afternoon with Cheryl Child and a prospective coach. You think Cheryl needs me on that call? No, but what are we modeling? We're modeling team coaching also. And that's huge, to where they know, hey, you're never by yourself. And then, hey, if Cheryl takes off and is on vacation, they know there's somebody else. I'm not out there all by myself, and they've already met, parts of the team. And then how do you think they'll feel when you ask to join them for an Explore? They'll say, oh yeah, that's right. Dee was with Lori when we did it. So yeah, that makes sense for Lori to be with me. We lead by example. And sometimes those, it may seem futile, but why not? Power in 3, definitely. Third party credibility, definitely. All right. Any other questions or anything? I'd love to hear, what's working, what's not working. Are we having, how can we help as we move forward? We're Monday is the middle of October, hard to believe, already the 15th. And we just are here to help us finish. Anybody doing anything, having some fun with 3x3x3 on Facebook or anything else that's been serving you well?
Lori, you had a comment or a question.
Well, I would love to hear from, it's a small enough group. I have to say, I'd love to hear how others are using the documents so far, how you're using it, how you're feeling about it. I just have to say, from my own standpoint, when I looked at it, when I jumped into it, there's a lot of things I do love about it. And then I started getting a little nervous because there's a lot there. And so what I decided to do was just to kind of focus on what I'm looking for right now, which is getting clients started really well, getting coaches started really well. So just looking at those segments. So I'm just taking a piece at a time. Because as I looked at it and I shared with Pat and Dee this week, it can be wow. And you just want to close it up and go take a walk, whether you're in the mountains or the beach or the park or wherever. And I found myself doing that and thought, okay, well, what is it that I really want to focus on? Getting clients started well, getting coaches started well. I can get people to those calls, but getting them all started well is where I felt I just want to button up. So anyway, focusing on little pieces. So I worked on the canned emails the other day. Took minutes to get those emails canned. And I'll tell you, I love the format. Started a couple new clients this week. Love the format. So again, that's my focus right now. Where are you feeling a little nervous? I would just focus in on that. I just want to share that that's kind of how I took it on and got me out of my, oh my God. Another train. I just felt like I was in training fatigue. I'll just share with everybody. We'd gone from the 12-week, there's another boot camp going on now, and there's this, and I was like, oh my God. So anyway, that's how I decided to take it on. So I'd love to hear from anybody else, because we're all learning together here. Thanks.
I would like to share, because I love the new, this is the health tracker, the health assessment. And whether you're using the new one or still our old one, because I love the old one too, but I'm a health assessment nut. But the back of this, I love. Why? Because I feel like I'm using, this is reminding me as the business coach what I need to be doing, not to skip a step. And so this client is actually 1 week today. And, look at all the little check marks, because I've done the things, which are basically date the first order arrives, the kickoff journey email, review the guide the night before call. Today's day 7. We're going to do a celebration call. But it's just keeping fresh in my mind what I need to be doing as I start. And the results that people have been getting are that clients are more integrated. Why? Because we're using all the steps. And if that'll help clients to be integrated, what happens? Integrated clients become coaches often. So I like you, Laura. It's like, let me get clients started well and coaches started well. And I think we'll see a lot more integration.
Yeah, Pat, the other thing I want to point out is when someone purchases their business kit, one of the things that they get is the pad with the tear off of the health assessments.
Right.
So I love the health assessment that the company uses. I'm very comfortable with it. It flows for me. And so I think we need to be a little careful about, you've got a brand new coach and saying, oh, don't use that health assessment. And they've got a whole pad of tear off health assessments that they do not have to print from their computer. So whatever works for us, we don't necessarily have to, jump into another system when there is a system, but we can, enhance the system with some of the, additional tools in these documents. So again, I love that health assessment. I'm actually really good at using it. I'm good at teaching it. And if you've got a new coach, they've got a whole pad that they can just tear off the health assessments, and they're right there. The checklist on page 2 of the health assessment we're used to using is also pretty comprehensive. It's just that people haven't been using it. And it's got, a box. When did you profile? When did you place the order? When does the order arrive? The journey kickoff video, the, reading the Optavia guide, the new client welcome. Did you friend them on Facebook? Have you added them to the Facebook support page or Facebook support group? Check, check, check. So the one that Pat just showed is maybe a little bit easier to see because it's a whole page.
Yeah.
But that other one is a good, third of the second page. So, so don't feel as if you have to abandon all of the stuff you're already comfortable with. This is an enhanced. So just to give people confidence there. Jill, you had a comment or something?
I was just going to say, because I've been around a while and we've done a few forums, I'm kind of excited about the fact that I've never seen anyone go into so much detail on getting organized. And I never have been very well organized. I'm kind of scattered. And I haven't done it yet. I've bought the different things to, the different file dividers, brand new ones, very colorful. I mean, it's gonna look good. So, I'm going to spend some time trying to run off the original copies, get them in my notebook, have just set up a new system, and I'm excited about that. And I think it's good for new coaches too, maybe keep it real simple, but have a good system from the beginning, because most of the people I know do things differently from each other, and that's okay if that's working for you. But I never have really felt that I've had a really good system and a good reminder, other than my big calendar of when I'm supposed to call people. I'd like to focus on being more organized, and I think this is going to help me do it.
Thanks, Jill. Great share. And it's right. It's just, we're looking for systems that'll make things easy. And I think that's why, when the thing of canned emails came up, I'm like, geez, we've done emails forever. Oh my God, when you set them up and all you got to do is click on and the email pops up, I do a couple of quick edits or make it real personal, zoom, it's gone. It's like, wow, it does free me up to do something else. It's just the time thing. So I just want to encourage you to work with what's comfortable for you, little bits at a time, and just continue sharing. That's the important thing. And more and more we're hearing, the work that we do today, October, November, and December, will really set up 2019. So don't forget, it's not always the results of the day, but it's the seeds we plant today that can make a huge difference as we move forward.
I have a quick question, if I may interject here before we move on. With regard to starting a new client, I do notice that there's the new client email in there. Is the company still generating and sending those for us?
Yes.
They are.
Supposedly they are. Now, I'm anxious to, get through Sundance. I'm not sure if they're going to make the deadlines. They're trying to, share a new system that's going to be between now and the first of the year. Will, I think, image what we're doing here, and it'll become part. It's that new learning management system. An amazing company is doing it for us. So when that all comes into place, I think, and to Dee's point especially, that's when we'll really revisit things like our health assessment and some of those things, and go with, hopefully we have the best of the best coming. But to my knowledge, yes, the company is still sending the new welcome email, but they did that, they sent it, and we were sending it out of Simple Systems also, so.
Lisa,
I asked a couple new 2-3 clients in the past 2 months, and every one of them told me they weren't getting anything like that. So that's why I started doing it again.
Yeah,
I'm curious what others are.
When we do it, it gets there.
Yeah.
Okay. Say that again, Lori. Will you say that again?
I
A
had
couple of clients.
2 or 3 new clients probably 2 months ago. I asked because I was concerned, gosh, do we send it out, do we not? And the company said they were sending it out, but the clients, none of them said they got it. So I just went back in and started sending it again. I just have a routine now that I do, from going into share and adding them, adding the new welcome email, Facebook, contact out. It's just boom, boom, and I'm including that so they have it. Not that half of them don't read it by the time we get started, but they have it and then we refer to it. But at least I'm not finding that they're getting it from the company, so I am including that. As soon as I get off the phone and put that order in, boom, 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 all those things. That's what I do. Include the new.
I have been checking with my clients. They have been receiving them, but I haven't started anybody in October, so I wasn't real sure.
When you say they are receiving it, what are they receiving? What's it look like? Does it have all those documents and everything in it? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's the welcome email that I was sending out manually.
Lori, I have had, one thing that, again, on that checklist on the page 2 of the health assessment that we're used to using, one of the boxes is, when did you place the order? And I'm very meticulous about writing that down for a number of reasons. One of them being that they have 30 days from that order placement to get refunds on any return products, and I want to cover that when I get them started. But the other reason I'm meticulous about that date is because when I'm having a conversation with them after their food arrives, I tell them, look in your emails from September 30th, the day I placed your order. You received 2 emails. One is a confirmation that your order was placed. The second is a new client welcome email, and that has links to the condiment guide. It's got a link to the Optavia guide if you happen to be at the office and you forgot to take your hard copy with you. And in my experience, they are getting that welcome email. It's just that when they're scrolling through emails, they don't know what to look for. But if you give them the date, look for emails from September 30th or whatever date you placed, they're finding it. And there might be an occasional person that doesn't get it, but it really is important to give them that date to look for.
Then why is it on the checklist, sent welcome email? I mean, I'm finding that a little,
well,
we've got
it's just that that was one of the things that was sent out. The Miller team created that welcome email that the company then incorporated. And so it's on there, but my clients are getting that welcome email. And it's also in the Coach Answers. You can actually search it and see the welcome email. The format looks a little different than the Miller team welcome email. It's really more professional looking. So, but my tip is give them the date that you place the order, and then they can go back to that date and search those emails, and that's where they find it. Anybody else? Kathy, welcome.
Welcome, Kathy.
With comments or any questions or anything you're needing help with. This is very interactive.
All right.
All right, Pat, do you want me to?
Let me just see one other thing. Yeah, okay. All right, what we'd like to do, yes, Dee, let me, well, yeah.
I'm going to screen share.
I'm thinking, let me stop sharing. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to screen share. I've got a document pulled up.
All right, we want to talk about
yes,
conference.
Yeah. So the dates for our national convention in 2019. It's always in July, and this year it happens to be in Orlando, which is a common place for our convention to be. But for 2019, the dates are July 25th, which is a Thursday. Usually the convention starts like about 6 o'clock in the evening. If you're able to come in the night before, come in the day or the night before, which would be Wednesday, July 24th. The conference ends on Sunday the 28th. There's always a session Sunday, a very informal session with Dr. Anderson. He calls it Dr. Anderson Unplugged, and that's usually from 10 to noon. If so, there's a lot of background noise. If you could mute yourself. Let's see, Pat, because I'm in screen share, so I can't see the.
I can. No.
Okay, can you do that?
Hold on, Dee.
Okay, go ahead, because then I probably have to unmute myself.
Oh, you're good. I'm still
okay.
Here.
All right, thank you. So on Sunday of the convention, July 28th, Dr. Anderson has a 2-hour segment. That can be one of the best, segments in all of convention. So I always encourage people, book your flight back home late or Sunday evening, or even stay until Monday is awfully nice. And then we also follow Dr. Anderson's 2-hour segment team, and that's awfully fun. So by the time we finish up, it's probably about 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. So again, book your flights accordingly. But I received this email yesterday, went out to all the globals and presidentials. They opened up additional blocks of rooms. And so there are 6 additional hotels, and here they are. The Gaylord is completely sold out. It sold out during the convention in St. Louis in July. In a matter of 2 days, everything at the Gaylord was sold out. I checked again yesterday. Every single room is gone, whether it's part of the convention or it's outside the convention. So you're not going to have much luck there. But these are the additional hotels that have opened up, and there is a phone number that you can call. It's right here. It's, Pat, if you could put this in the chat room, it's 844-572-7255. When you call this number, they answer Optavia Housing. So they've contracted with an outside group that will do all of the Optavia convention reservations. So you're not doing it through the hotel itself to get the special rates. So all of them are really close. Pat did a really nice summary video yesterday where she had physically driven to these places to see how far away from the Gaylord they were. The Orlando World Center is the first one listed. Pat pointed out that it's it's in an area that's a little bit sterile. There aren't a lot of restaurants or shopping around. So I'm kind of staying away from this one. It's more of a business hotel. But the other ones all sounded really nice. The ones in the Buena Vista area, there's 2 of them, 2 Hiltons. Actually, these are on Disney property. Are they, Pat?
The Hiltons are. And,
yeah.
And with the scroll down just the world one, D, the top one.
Okay.
I mean, it's a huge Marriott with a convention center. So it's kind of like the Gaylord, in that it has its own restaurants and things. It's a beautiful property, and it's the closest. It took me 5 minutes to go from the Gaylord to there. So it is actually the closest one. And it's not far from none of them are very far. The Gaylord's at exit 65. The others are at exit 68. So, I mean, it's minutes. But Orlando traffic, and because it's the Disney exits are 62 to 68. Traffic can sometimes be a little crazy, but they're all very close. I mean, the furthest one was about 6 miles, and it just depends on a little bit of traffic so that they're not far apart.
And then these,
That's
yeah.
what I'm looking for.
And these,
But not walking distance, is that correct?
no,
No walking distance.
not in Orlando where everything's
Wow.
gigantic and
It's
you know.
on the interstate. It's all off, it's 3 miles from exit 65 to 68.
But Lisa, if you stay in any of these properties, all of these properties have a shuttle that goes back and forth, and that's free. There's no additional cost for that, so you don't have to rent a car and all of that. The other thing about Orlando, there's a ton of toll roads, so you'll spend.
No, not
Okay.
no. This is the interstate.
right there?
Milwaukee. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Now, from the airport, there's a toll road.
So these two, the Hiltons, like Pat said, are Disney properties on the Disney property. And then these three are together in another area. And these have restaurants and shopping around them. I do know.
Those are walking distance restaurants.
Yeah, but not walking distance to the Gaylord. And I do know some of my team members yesterday, booked here, a block of rooms here. This is already sold out, the Marriott Spring Hill Suites. But these two, I think, are still open. So in other words, if you want a room that's, that has the shuttle and all of that back and forth, you want to book. And just book for yourself, let your team members know, but let everybody be responsible, because there is a one night that penalty. If you cancel, you can, we know of ways to transfer the room to somebody else. However, if you booked 5 rooms for thinking, you were going to have enough team members to go, and then you only use 3 rooms, you could be out 2 nights deposit, 1 night for each room, and that's not refundable. So be a little careful. But these are the ones, and I will post this on the Team Creating Health page. And
actually, Dee, I think the download, if you download it, it has them and it shows a lot of information.
Right here. Yeah.
Well, I have it downloaded too. I'd be happy to post it.
Here's the download here. So
I like the way it shows, what all is available at each place.
Pat, at this point, which would be the one you choose if you can't go to Gaylord? Would you do the Buena Vista Hilton?
I would now, I don't like being on Disney property. Summer is crazy. But if you come in with a family and you're going to do Disney, that's the place to be. But there's so many people and kids and shops and, lots of stuff.
Okay. Then those?
The other one is just a few blocks away, but some people love that. That's, and the Optavia is going to provide the shuttles. That's wonderful, to get you to and from the Gaylord.
Yeah, that's nice.
They're all nice hotels, and they're all, there will be Optavia people at all of them, believe me.
Okay. But the Spring Hill is sold out at one.
Yeah, but those other two they're all right together, and there's a lot of restaurants and shopping around that within walking distance. So that's where I'm leaning towards, is those 3.
Okay. That's cool.
You can walk between the 3 of them, and then there's a lot of stuff there. So I was even thinking in terms of, our team dinner and stuff like that on Friday night. That might be a place. But anyway, you really want to jump on it, though. And
I'm going to do that this afternoon. And if I dial this 1-844 number, they'll be able to help me set that up.
Yeah, it's called Optavia Housing. And
that's lovely. That's so organized.
Yeah. Super.
Okay. And somebody's asking, where's the document? We will post it in Team Creating Health here as soon as we get off of here. I'll be happy to email it if somebody wants it emailed to them.
Steve, when you said three hotels, you're saying the Marriott hotels versus the Hilton is kind of a nice area?
Yes, very nice area. Pat scouted it out. The
They
Hilton,
all-
like Pat said, those Hiltons are on Disney property. Summer is crazy. The shuttle times may be longer and all of that. So
Yeah, and the other the three Marriotts, all three signs are on one big billboard, and you turn left, for all three. I mean, so they all are right there together.
Okay, thank
They're
you.
all in nice areas, and it just depends what are you looking for. All right.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm going to book my room right away, right after the
Looking for
call.
San Francisco.
Ah,
I'm looking for a convention in San Francisco.
Oh,
Just put a
well.
plug in.
all right. Anything else?
Oh, one other question. So what I'm hearing from you is that the company is sending out the new client letter. I'm assuming then they're doing the same thing for the new coaches. Is that a good?
no, not the new coach. They've never sent out a new coach.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's also a new coach welcome. So that's what I'd like to get flat so that I know.
Yeah,
they're not
no,
sending
the
everyone
new coach thing is between the sponsor and the person. The client, the company's very invested in the clients because, they're ordering. But the new coach welcome has never been sent by the company.
out. Okay.
So
thank
that you need to do. So, okay, anything else?
Okay, yeah, I wanted to bring up a couple of things on this international expansion, just touch on it in case somebody hasn't heard. In order to qualify, as we go into new markets, there's going to be two groups. There's an ambassador group here of American coaches, and to be part of that ambassador group, you have to be, starting in July, executive director 3 months in a row and then, to be part of that. So for a lot of people, we have people, some have already qualified for 3 months, some have qualified for 2 months, which is helping for the leadership trip. But if you want to be part of the Global Expansion Ambassadors Club, 3 months in a row as an executive director, and what that will do, it will put you into that pay bucket, which is, it doesn't sound like it's big, it's 1/30th of 1%. But when you think of the millions of dollars we're doing in them here in America, we're going to be doing millions of dollars in Singapore and Hong Kong. You want to be, part of that pay bucket as well. Remember, we've always said that we get paid out of 3 compensation buckets. Well, this international now will be a 4th bucket. So I just want to bring that to everyone's attention as you're bringing on new coaches who are promoting to executive director. There are things to do to, for the launch is planned for second quarter 2019. So there's information in Coach Connect. If do some research. They do calls the first Thursday night of every month is for executive directors and above on global expansion. So you might, want to pay attention to those emails and be part of that.
Where was, because I had an event that I went to this last time there was the global expansion Zoom. Where is the recording for that?
Ah, boy, I'm not sure. I will research it, or we can even post it.
You know what? I think it might be on Agents of
We
Transformation.
said that. I just never went to see. I can go right now and look real quick. I have, so.
If you're going there, yeah.
Post it in Team Creating Health as well.
Yeah.
So Pat, when you say you become part of this ambassador group, is that then you are entitled to 1/30th of 1% if you have a coach over there, or if what?
I'm not sure of all of the particulars, Jill.
I think what it is, Jill, the first 30 people, if you qualify, you're more than qualified because you're ED and above. But if you sponsor, the first 30 people that sponsor someone in Hong Kong or Singapore that is an ED, then they are the ones that tap into that additional compensation. So the first 30 EDs that are developed in Hong Kong and Singapore.
And also, it's not just if it's you that brings it on. If, I'll use Dee as an example, because Dee is direct to me. Dee brings one on, Dee and I both qualify. It's tiered, it's not just the first level. It's at least 2 levels deep. I'm in Agents of Transformation on October the 10th, monthly international webinar from October the 4th. It's 27 minutes.
All right.
It's in Agents of Transformation. You see it here as I'm sharing my screen. So,
perfect.
It's just great information. We just want to, it's like we get so much at conference, but this is still another avenue that is being developed, and we want to be part of it. Okay. All right. Anything else? We don't want to keep you just for the sake of having you. We love having our Saturday morning coffees together. And just here to answer questions or, whoops, let me see what I can do here. I'm going to stop my share if I can find it. Here we go.
I love these Saturday morning coffees too. I guess this is our last one.
No, we'll continue. Diane, did you have, no, we're going to continue. Next week, we may have a couple of different topics that we're going to cover, but watch Team Creating Health for postings, and then in 2 weeks we'll have hopefully a Sundance recap, and just moving forward to come for as long as you can. We just want to use this time to create community and stay connected and share best practices.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you.
All right. Diane, did you have something to say, or are you just moving your hands around? Okay, glad you're here.
Also, just a reminder, Monday, this Monday, is our, after the Dr. Anderson leadership call that we're all used to getting on from 7 to 7:30, then immediately after, hop on Greg Rex's Zoom room, and it'll be our team wellness 30 minutes. I know, Lisa, you're going to be featured as a brand new executive director, and there will be others as well. So anyway, but that's the greater group with the Rex Kell team, and look for the posts on the Facebook groups. Okay,
and that'll be at 7:30 p.m. Central. I'm posting it in the Zoom, in the chat rather, and that's Greg's number 2474739.
So immediately after Dr. Anderson's call.
But the only thing is, Dr. Anderson last Monday alluded to no coach call this Monday, but I checked with Greg yesterday, who said definitely we would still have the team wellness. So I find that strange. We've never not had the call on Monday night for an event that doesn't start till Thursday. So I don't know.
Oh, yeah, he did say that. I remember that.
All those leaders are, like
they travel.
They're there already on Monday.
Anyway,
yeah.
but I did check with Greg yesterday, and we are still having. So watch Team Creating Health and Team Wellness, and you'll see posts. But right now,
Is the team wellness, is that once a month, or is that every Monday?
No, it's once a month.
Once a month.
On the
Okay.
third Monday.
Third Monday. Thank you.
Third Monday. Okay.
Also, since this is October is breast cancer month, this past Wednesday, but the Wednesday before, I did a segment on reducing the risk of breast cancer with diet and lifestyle, and that has now been posted to the YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com, search Habits of Health.
Optavia Habits of Health.
Yeah, if you search Habits of Health Zoom calls, and then you'll see the Optavia logo, and if you click on that, it opens up all of those calls. So I can do it live if you want me to. Pat, you want me to go?
You can if you want to. I just put it in the chat.
Okay. So if you go to
And then, you know, you have them from every week if we learn to go here. Sometimes they try to post them by Friday. Sometimes it takes a little longer. These are for the Wednesday night calls.
So if you go to youtube.com and then you search Habits of Health Zoom calls, and you click on that, and then it doesn't show up here for some reason, but if you click on this Optavia, which is the Optavia YouTube Zooms,
There you go.
then here is mine. Whoops, we don't want to do that.
And
But
the last, yeah. And you
Yeah.
can see all of these if you miss any of them. They have some great, great material here, guys.
But you see the presenters, you see the topic, you see the time. Mine is only 26 minutes long, and so forth. And then if you click on it, you can then, it's not that you have to play it, but you can go to share right here, and it gives you the link. All you have to do is copy it, and then you can go into, you know, wherever and post it.
Any
So,
email or anybody you want to send it to.
email, yeah, Facebook. You can post it on your phone as a text message, that kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well,
I
thanks.
just called that 8 number. I got off and I just called that 844 number for the hotel. It's closed on the weekend, so it doesn't open until Monday. They're saying, can you call the hotels directly? And
No. Everything has to be through that Optavia.
For the number, for the discounts.
Yeah, for the group rates.
Great.
Okay.
So,
very good. Just want to let you know. Okay.
all right. Thanks, Lori.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody have a great weekend. Okay.
Thank you.
We'll see you next
Thank you.
Saturday, same time, same place.
Bye, everybody. Great to
Bye,
see
guys.
you.
Bye-bye.